So, what was it that made Joe Montana a cut above the rest? Well, I would say a couple things that I noticed the 2 years I played with him when he was in Kansas City. And I would start with his preparation. I had never played with a quarterback that prepared the way Joe did. It was like when you're in a huddle, it was like having the offensive coordinator. He knew everything and more. And I quickly learned that right away, how he would audible on plays that we hadn't ran in weeks and weeks. But if Joe sees something, he'll just snatch it out of nowhere. And I was like, man, I had to step up my preparation too. But I remember one time he was studying after one of our meetings. He's in the corner studying the playbook. And I'm like, Joe, don't you already know this offense? You're already studying it. And he says, yeah, because by the way, we had Paul Hackett was our offensive coordinator. He was one of the coordinators for the Niners, so he brought the same offense they ran in San Francisco. But Joe's like, well, I memorize the first part of the play so that the coaches only have to give me the second half, and then it gives me a couple more seconds at the line of scrimmage in case I need the audible. So he always study him. And then I would say his ability to consistently execute the assignment. You see quarterbacks sometimes make back-to-back bad throws, back-to-back bad decisions. I rarely saw him do that. His consistency was always there in making the right play, making the right throw. And then it's just his leadership. I mean, you talk about leaders. They say leaders lead from the front. They set the pace. They set the example. That was Joe. He set that example in so many different areas, whether it was meetings, practice, games, and that leadership was contagious, and it just lifted up our performance as well because we knew we were playing with a proven leader, been there, done that. And he wasn't a vocal leader. Like you see Tom Brady and some of these quarterbacks running up and down the sideline, you're out yelling at their players, trying to cheer them up. Joe never did that. I don't think he ever did that. He was more of a silent leader who led by his example. But when you got in the huddle, you could see the confidence, the strong mindset, the belief that we're going to get this done. And every time we were in that situation where the game was on the line, we needed a touchdown, you looked in his eyes, you just knew that guy is going to get it done. So I need to make sure I do my job. Just so many things about him that were just very impressive that you could see why he's one of the best of all times. And I played with a lot of quarterbacks during my 9 years, and Joe was late in his career, but I saw clips of him early on. He was pretty athletic too, early on in his career.